Good morning, everybody. Hi, my name is Rohit Prakash. Excuse me. Happy Palm Sunday. It's the holy day for Christians. On a Wednesday, I believe, is Passover for my Jewish friends and family. Want to give a quick shout out here, to, of course, to my business partner Andrew Schultz, to Lily Singh, uh, to Ralph Lauren, and also to have Dolls Lighting here. There's Dolls Lighting. Dolls Lighting. I mean, they're not paying me to say this or anything like that, but if you're looking for LED strip lighting for your room, I think you could put it outside also, and it's like you can get it. You can't drip it or drench it with water, but you can get like little splashes of water on it. It's water that kind of waterproof. I totally, highly recommend it. There's an app on your phone you can control with it, and there's different functions you could do with it. Like you could put music, adjust music to it, and whenever the bass or someone speaks, the light and the will start twitching according to the movement of the lights. It's totally worth the purchase. You have to excuse me today. I got off to a late start for some reason last night. My stomach and myself were not agreeing, so I had to take a lot of time out. So that that took place. I'm just getting my diamond leash here adjusted. Uh, I hope you're having a fantastic morning and a better morning than I am currently, and you woke up in a great mood. And if you haven't, you get to catch this. I hope there's a source of inspiration. If you can't find beauty, create it. There's a I went on to my website, our website. It's called keepinspiring.me. And today's Dr. Seuss quote I put up was, "Being crazy isn't enough." If you're looking for a meaning behind that or what have you, I know I remember in my 20s and growing up and coming of age and things like that. I I knew that being crazy, I knew that the cool thing was like to be, really outgoing and bold and crazy, but to be quite honest with you, that's what got me into a lot of predicaments that I did not want to get into. And if I go back in retrospect, I go back into middle school and uh, public school, elementary school, and high school. It was always the message there was always, don't worry about your conduct. It's all about your grades. Do you remember? And you just look at your conduct and you tell your parents, forget about the conduct. Just look at the grades, right? But in life, in actuality, in life, it's all about conduct. It's all about our behavior. It's all about our demeanor and our messaging and how we portray or or influence one another and influence ourselves and be with ourselves, and all that happens. So we want to really pay attention to what really makes us tick, and what really makes us tick, what really makes me tick actually, is being at peace with myself. I like to, and I used to like to, and I still like to be uh, somewhat appealing and good looking, and or come off well groomed or well presented. And I like to be spiritually and emotionally fit. And and of course, finances and money and investments really make me tick. And and going back to that quote of being crazy isn't enough, if we do the opposite of that, right? We do the opposite. If we're not crazy, right? People know you're crazy already if they know you well, and we channel this type of craziness into a positive motion, or into our work, or into our channels of productivity, or that craziness into something that will help someone for something good. A lot of good things can come from that, not only for other people, but for yourself, from yourself, and to other people, or to yourself. right? So we could use our being crazy, meaning when you have a friend, of course, when you exchange communication and you have that type of chemistry, and of course, a close friend of yours, you're going out to eat, you're going out to dinner or lunch, you're gonna talk, have a little, say stuff between you two, a little bit intimate details. Of course, you could do that. That's being crazy. That's completely fine when you're going on your boats or your yachts or whatever. You have your few drinks and you shout or scream or whatever. You fishing and you're spearfishing and all that kind of stuff. Being crazy like that is fantastic. But being crazy in social aspects and from observation and interrupting people all the time and being loud and trying to seek attention, trying to seek attention when it's not going towards you. There's something going on there. There's probably something going on there that we're not. Because I know I do. I used to do it, and I still do it until today. I seek attention, but that means that there's something going on inside of me that is not solved. Because I need to be calm inside and manufacture my thoughts properly. And if when you think about everything you have a place to sleep, food to eat, uh, a roof over your head, and you're fortunate enough to have family members that care for you, whether or not they drive you crazy or not, I'm sorry, I cannot control that. Again, I cannot control that. Uh, that's completely up to you. And but you're what I'm trying to say in a nutshell. Whenever I say in a nutshell, that reminds me of Austin Powers, by the way. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that you're great. You have things that most people don't have. I don't know what it was, but Jay Shetty knows. The It's about 70 or 80. You have more than 70 or 80% of what the world's population doesn't have. And me being from India, uh, India has so much poverty that prayer is a prayer and God and everything is a part of everyday life there. Temples are everywhere. God is it's like a style also, so they embed style and fashion with the gods. They embed style and fashion with the gods. So like you'll see, let's say you're going in New Delhi and you're coming off the airport, you see big billboard signs. They also have like there's a huge Johnny Walker billboard sign there also, but that's besides the point. And they have when you're getting out, I think when you're going out, one of the exits out there or something, there's a big statue of the gods of Shiva or Ganesh or Krishna or Vishnu. I'll get on here one day and I'll explain the mythology and the meanings and the philosophical viewpoints of the Hindu gods. And it'll definitely be interesting because I need to learn more about them, and I would like for you guys to learn more about them, and also Jesus Christ and all the other stuff. I just don't want to turn this into a religion type of talk. But if you can't find beauty, create it. Again, there's three things we want to have, right? We want to be grateful for what we have, and I'm gonna keep embedding that in your head until it's indelibly, like my friend Bobby says, indelibly etched in your mind. And I want you to have empathy, which is understanding where someone else is coming from. And I want you to be creative about how you spend your time and your craziness, right? Coming from a background, me personally, uh, I was initially, my major was the creative side of advertising, which on the bachelor's it says communications. About 8 or 10 years later, I went and got my master's in finance. In between that time, I was a financial advisor. So going back and getting my master's was not easy. It was super hard. And in communications and getting my bachelor's, I was crazy. I was going out and being wild. I just wanted to get the easiest degree they had out there, and it wasn't that easy, by the way. But when I got my master's, I found that then I got my master's, I found out that being normal, calm, approachable, and not so outgoing that people and professors and adults, and when I was working, clients were my platinum clients. I only dealt with clients that had either half a million or $1 million or above. That's what you call platinum clients. My platinum clients were uh, they're more attracted to they're more inclined to give you and be with you and travel with you if you have an approachable, calm, professional, calm demeanor. When you're doing business or when you're getting money, you're going to be excited, and when you're going to be a little bit out of your shell, a little not, being a business person or business owner as it is, you probably have a little bit of craziness in you, right? The more weirder or crazier you are, probably the more richer and more money you have, right? But and then we've met, right? Or the more art you see and stuff like that, the crazier you are. But in actuality, like I'm going back to it, this is a Dr. Seuss quote. A guy who writes books for children. And by the way, shout out to Jimmy Fallon. His books are freaking phenomenal. Mom is one of them, and Dad is the other one, or Mama or Dad is one. I'm not sure what they are, but if you want to go check those out. So yeah, I'm just a children's book author, and there's a whole biography about him on and keepinspiring.me. If you want to read it, go ahead and check it out. There's so much more stuff on that web page and content that's fantastic. I mean, I highly recommend it. Again, not only because it's our website, but because I put it up specifically for retribution for all the inspiration that Facebook and Instagram has given us and has given me. I used to be such an outgoing person and be everywhere all the time. Now I'm the exact opposite of that, and I'm completely satisfied with that. I'm a little bit introvert unless you really know me, and I really, now is the time I have to I have to restore my karma that I missed because of my 20s and early teen years. When dad got cancer, I was still going out and partying, not realizing the severity of it. I was making a ton of money and I was spending it as it came. And now that he has cancer for the second time, he's a retired professor, by the way, also. And we had a daycare that we sold, and we're involved in some other investments and stuff like that. But all that stuff doesn't matter as long as they're healthy. My father's healthy. My mom is healthy. I have an older brother who was a brilliant kid, but at the age of 16 or 17, he became a paranoid schizophrenia. So a severe case of it. He started just repeating words in his head when we're on a soccer tournament and exhibiting really weird behavior. And I remember when we were 14 or 15, I couldn't afford, the go-to thing back then, even back then, 14 or 15, and 13 was Ralph Lauren and Polo, and everybody was wearing that, and I think Capezios and Timberlands and in that era and stuff like that. And my parents didn't want to buy me Ralph Lauren because the shirts were like, $60 or $50 at that time. That's a lot of money, right? Still a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. Uh, and my brother was working at Publix at the time, and this is before he got diagnosed. And he saved up his money, and he would buy me Ralph Lauren, and he would buy me the cool shoes and Timberlands, and take me to the Gap and buy shoes, buy me Timberlands, and buy me shoes and stuff like that. And so till this day, that's why I'm always wearing Ralph Lauren and Polo, and I have a tremendous amount of gratitude for that corporation and company, and for my brother, even though a lot of the times he's not really aware of what's going on. But it's important for me to get out here and share that, that mental illness is a real topic and a real subject, and it exists, even though people used to tuck it under the bed and not real and know it's there, but not, never address the issue. But I'd like to address the issue, and if you have a concern or question about that, you can dial me, Rohit Prakash. I mean, you can DM me or private message me, and I will not be. It's completely confidential. It's client attorney privilege, as I like to say. It's like you're talking to your attorney if you speak with me. For those of you who know me, you know that. And if anybody needs any food or something like that, you can DM me or private message me, and I'll definitely be more than happy to help you. And I, uh, I still have to do my meditation. I have a 9 a.m. meeting to go to, but I know I'm not looking the best right now. I have to fix my business. For those of you, if I haven't mentioned it enough, I mentioned it again. Even though whatever my business partner bought me, this chain has it's 18 karat gold, a little bit of diamonds, and it's a bonus gift that he got me. I have another small chain there too, 18 carats and stuff. But he tried to get it because in India, when you buy gold, it's like 22 carats or 18 carats. It's really, really yellow. Looks almost bright, almost to like an orange, but it's not. So I'm great. I'm just thankful and grateful. And I get in my moods and my funks sometimes. And that's from, I think that's not having a lot of interaction with other people outside. So I'm going to try to make a, a point to get more interaction with people and regular civilians, and and be grateful for everything that I have, and not be. Sometimes we have to be fake. You know, you're waking up in the morning groggy eyed, and someone just they're so upbeat. They had their coffee. They're running by you, and stuff like that. And you haven't had your workout in yet, and you haven't had your coffee or everything. You haven't fed the dogs, what have you. And we're all like, ugh. You know, just think of how you're gonna feel. It's very important to be present, but be creative with your thinking and your imagination. Whatever gets you in a good mood, you do it. Even what within, within means, whatever within limits, right? You wanna whatever gets you in a good mood, do that. Think about that. If it was the scene from Rocky Four when Rocky beats the Russian, think about that. If it's some certain music soundtrack, put that on. If it's getting on your bike or your weight set or your Peloton, or do that. If it's meditating, do that. If it's watching TV, you know what? Do that. Don't let anybody interfere with what gets you inspired and your energy. I still need to know how to put long videos on Facebook. Just put long stories on there. If anybody knows, please DM me. Don't be afraid. I'm on YouTube, Rohit Prakash. You find me. Please click subscribe on there so I could stream live. It's a requirement of YouTube, and it's if not, I have to download the messages. I mean, these videos up there, and it becomes cumbersome. And plus, when I have a lot of subscribers, I look really, really cool and look really popular. So that'll help me out, and it'll help you guys out. And there's more topics I wanted to cover, but I just thought I'd hop on here and jump on here. Had some stuff I wanted to say because last night, again, I was, for some reason or the other, my stomach was in a disarray, and I was watching Madam Secretary and I was in not such of a good mood. But now I'm up and I got a lot of sleep. Woke up at 8, so I even missed Saturday Night Live. So and that's my favorite show. So I got on the phone here and got to you. Remember, make a positive impact in here first. Okay, no matter what you're going to, try to, and then we'll make a positive impact out there. And if you can't find beauty, create it. There's the free web page for you guys. Keepinspiring.me. Okay, and shout out again to Lily Singh, to Jimmy Fallon, Ralph Lauren, and Dolls Lighting Company. Uh, and that's it for right now. Remember, there's the Dr. Seuss quote I had today, what I read today, and I put up on Facebook was, "Being crazy is not enough." Take care. Thank you for taking 19 minutes and 33 seconds out of your day to hear me blabber. And you guys, you're the best. It starts in here. Take care.